take control of control, or will we see somebody else go ahead and spoil? Will the Falcons manage to keep doing what they're doing? Let's go ahead. Let's drop on in.
Gets players falling from the skies, popping the shoots and making early statements, of course. Will be kills in the feed already, seeing big wipes onto 5 fears. Started slowly in map 1 and already finding pressure from EVOS and that LATAM South time. But oh my lord, Twisted Minds, they do find 2 in the feed. You will get an answer back coming in from 9Z, and blood being drawn all over the damn map.
I just watched Elatu get a double kill with a knife in the kill feed. All right, continuing the aggression here in game number 2. You love seeing Twisted Minds get early active here back over at Prison. Rock, they were the team that held down this location, and well, looked like they maybe farmed CT just a little bit. Let's go ahead, let's see if that is the case here as well, because, well, you already have a couple of players on through, but it just looks like ain't no party but a third party, as I am just watching Big Man, Sight, Anxiety are just getting farmed over and over again. Twisted Minds, they'll find Decky here. You can see Leviathan in game number 2, they've had to back on up, and well, Lays thinks he has a little bit of an angle onto Aydan. He's going to be able to find it. Oh my god! Oh my god!
All right.
I thought he was about to pop a 2-piece. Thankfully, you got IGL Aydan, or Almond. He's going to go ahead and slide on through. That is crazy.
Maybe we'll see it while Lays is leading the damn lobby in kills. I mean, you're fighting 2 Twisted Minds players. They're phenomenal individuals you've just shut down. We move over to Control Center. Of course, this war that goes on between 100 Thieves, Movistar, Koi, and you're going to get VKA getting involved nice and early. Movistar going to have to back off for a second. You lose 1, seconds cracked. 100 Thieves are missing 1 as well for their troubles. VKA back off towards the boat. I tell you what, these 3 squads are going to continue to contest this all damn day, and that means prime viewing for us. Thieves will get their 3rd back in. Can tell you that Movistar recovered down below. Blast got caught out last time trying to hit this rotation. Got to be careful about it again. And Biffle, he's lurking. He's trying to find a couple of exit kills.
We've seen the Falcons do this time and time again. They'll sometimes send one of their Slayers up to control just to maybe just get into the mix, cause a little bit of chaos between some of these 2 teams. And we can see for Leviathan, they lose control of that factory side, and they've had to come back to the school, come back to the boat. This is what I was worried about. It's Almond trying to be able to keep his eyes on that boat, making sure that you're not going to be able to regain for free. And I'm seeing Stukex way away over towards that harbor side.
Well, an interesting thing here as well is that you've got Aydan in the skies. He's basically being a UAV for Almond and Smitty in this fight. So Decky thinks he's safe. He's actually being live pinged to hell right now. Does manage to return some fire, but it's all going to be ground loot, and this is not the position you want to be in for very long. So right now as well, with 0 plates in the pocket, just trying to find a bit of utility to really fight back with. But the problem for this Leviathan squad, of course, being on this boat, you can't really push out. You're hoping that your teammate up towards harbor can find something and help you set up some sort of pinch. That's a beautiful shot to at least back down Twisted Minds for a second.
Hey, that's a great way to do it. Ground the sniper in hand. Decky, he hits the shot. Back on over to FaZe, though, towards this bioweapon side. We can see on our side here, folks, guess what? Bioweapons, chemical engineering, industries, all free. So this is just so much space for FaZe Clan right now, and whether they decide to use that as an opportunity, maybe push on forward and then know that they can regain back here, or just loot on up, get all the cash you need, get an advanced UAV, get your self-revives, get everything you want to try and take some of this fight, because you know that some of these areas like Prison are getting mixy alongside Control, because we can see Shifty, Diaz, Biffle, they've moved on up here towards Control as 100 Thieves and Movistar Koi continue to battle it on out, but with Falcons getting on the mix, this could be crazy. You see the flash come on through. Shifty throws a couple of shots with the LC-10, but gonna go ahead and back on up, says, I do not like this. And look who's coming in from behind. It's Blast, but Diaz makes the read. So with that happening, Diaz, Shifty, they realize this is going to be basically a series of 2v2s. Gabe, he's going to fire on back. He's the Rookie of the Year for a reason. Shifty trying to stay alive. Skullface swings for the cleanup. Can he manage to find one on more? Armor cracked onto Shifty. Slides on forward. And Clamp, he tries to play spoiler. He's come on through. Has he been able to do it? Gold Clamp activates for a huge 2-piece. The cleanup crew of Control is here, and their name is Movistar Koi.
We did wonder whether or not these gentlemen could be the X Factor here at Control. They'd struggled so long in the online stages to contest this relatively effectively, but now finding plenty of footing. I will say, however, 9Z continuing to look at this, VKA continuing to push towards this and decided to just try and find Biffle actually out in the war. I don't know if I like that play necessarily from Vidati, but it leaves your teammates a little bit high and dry. Never mind, they fully abandoned this and decided to play back over towards bottom. Not sure if they recognized that Movistar Koi was still in the area. Anyway, look over towards something else for a second. We've got Prison.
At least if you are getting thrown in the blender a little bit, at least Vision has 4, so it hasn't been completely terrible. Patsuka gonna go ahead, fly on out, find Elo Lamp. Gamax looking to get a little bit active here at the Industries. They're not going to be the only ones, though, because look who's here. They've moved out of bio.
Slammed.
JTech is out by Patsuka. That's a little crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guy got caught running down the stairs. I'm going to say that slam.
I mean, Patsuka feeling himself over here. JTech, definitely the kind of player who can win that fight. I'm not letting him away with that one. We take a back look at Prison. It's warded. Gonna continue to go on. Actually, get a moment to flick on over to Shifty, who's just about avoiding a thermo. Gonna get involved in a bit of a fight. Needs support. Will have it, of course, from before. And Arato's just sniping over the top. He has 3 from this position. You can see why so many teams fight for this top tower. Going to allow you to third party anything that happens. And Soka, he's had to squeeze up as the zone starts to compress him. He's lost his 2 teammates though, so you have to stay alive for a moment and slip away into the night. Of course, known as the closer, but one of many things that he understands more than anyone is how this game is and the composure that's required at important moments.
Yeah, and I'm just watching some of this kill feed. We can see Vale and goodbye 60 Hertz. They're getting active in that kill feed while Uatu just continuing to sit up top here in this lighthouse. We know that the players who hang out here, I know you've all experienced it in your own pubs. You can be absolutely annoying. And when you're one of the best players in the world who's made it to the Esports World Cup, it just becomes even more annoying to boot. Sniper in hand, going to just be raining down hellfire from above. Let's see if anybody's going to be able to get him on out there. For the Falcons and 100 Thieves, though, looks like we sort of moved this battle away from the tents on over to living quarters. As 100T, you had 2 alive. Skullface will come on in with that resurgence counter. But already, we're starting to see the Falcons start to surround 100 Thieves here. Soka's going to be opening up this fight. Nate goes across. Trophy system will block it. And you're just trying to figure out how do we want to try and take this fight against 100 Thieves.
You do very well to get the third back in if you are the Thieves, but yes, you mentioned it, you are surrounded. So for them, they've got to pick a side, punch out together. You don't want to be split trying to fight the Falcons. They will punish you well and truly for that. Look at the feed very quickly. Twisted Minds continue to haunt Leviathan. But up high as well, we've got to remind you, if you are both of these teams, that you have that sniper from the tower on Overwatch. You step out for a little too long and you will find that 50 cal well and truly hunting you down.
Yeah, we've seen that time and time again, where you're just trying to take a fight against a team that's directly in front of you, and out of nowhere, you're taking damage from the other side. So it looks like DS Faithful has been able to find himself on that other side. And for Soka and Shifty, they're just kind of playing a little bit of a high-low on this angle. For 100 Thieves, though, they understand, hey, guess what? We don't have to move when the zone closes. We can kind of take our time. Only 2 teams have been eliminated for the time being. You still have plenty of opportunity to get your points on the board if you need. Shifty takes some great shots across the way, but he's going to go ahead and back on up. Let's take a look down at Factory, though, Enigma, because we still have this battle between Twisted Minds and Leviathan. Ultimate, he's going to be able to find Decky, and that's just going to leave 1 player left here from Leviathan. It's going to be Lays. He did it earlier. Can he find another 1v2? Great shots onto Aydan. He's able to find him. Can you back on up? Can you go ahead? Can you reset this fight? No plates in hand. You're just trying to catch a little bit of a timing here. But see Smith, he smells blood in the water. He is trying to surge on forward. He wants to be able to bring down Leviathan, get his squad back on in, and you've at least bought enough time for now. You find Lays jumping on down, and that is enough to clean them on up. Took just a little bit too long, though, as 1 more member from Leviathan will come on in thanks to Resurgence.
Yeah, Twisted Minds have done well to answer back after the struggles of map 1 and essentially repay the favor. They have not allowed Leviathan an opportunity to breathe there. Lays does well to stay alive as long as he does, but you're not getting away from Smitty for long. Alato continues to find yet more impact with the sniper up high, spots the Falcons down low, but will take a second to reassess his position as he's on his own and may well be under threat soon. Let's take a quick look in with the FaZe clan up against Rock Esports. This battle for Prison continues on, and there will be a crack come through. JTech getting on the hunt against Vision. Vision fucks himself off. Prodigy, though, going to be there for the trade. Actually gets the kill as well, and then provides Overwatch. Can you lift your teammate? Well, I think you're hoping if you're Wars to try and offset these 2 players stepping over. Well, no, Prodigy. Do you have the timing? The answer is no, but you have a gunny, and Flashbang catches you flush. Will find yourself knocked if you're clumsy. Wars here on the trade out. Wars can't fall, though. His 2 teammates currently needing rezzing.
I mean, this is basically like a 1v1 a little bit. You got that 1 last member of FaZe Clan above. Wars will drop on down. Go ahead, get the stick at least on Division. I think Flank doesn't want to get a little bit too active just yet. Wants to play his life, make sure his teammates get back on in. On the other side, though, for 9C, they're going to go ahead, activate. You're going to find Shifty. That's a huge pickup to be able to have on this side of the map because, well, Enigma, with that kill, they kind of have control of this headquarters side. Nobody's really at prison. You have the Twisted Minds down at Factory. It looks like Falcons behind you. So they have a lot of ground, and, well, they're going to have one side of this zone. So let's go ahead, though. Let's go and check on in with ROC and see how the comms are feeling.
Maybe one of these cells?
Yeah, maybe one of the cells above you.
Yeah, like that cell like right above.
Yeah.
What's the next one? Top 5?
I don't know. Yeah, probably. Just let everybody fight.
I'm getting told, I think.
We have a PA if you need to. Yeah.
I don't think there's really anything you can do. Is there another cell on your left? Or is that the plan?
Vision last alive. You can hear some of the comms from the team that won map number 1. Just trying to figure out what is the strategy. I think at this point, if you can't manage to get the squad back on in, you just have to play your life if you are Vision. That's not going to be the case for Movistar Koi down at the bottom. They want to get active. As we can see, they go ahead, they find Diaz Bitbull. That's Falcons out in 9th.
That is indeed them out very, very early. Just struggling to find ingress from Stronghold. They found themselves back down by 9Z at points as well. So a couple of these squads reminding the Falcons that that gap has closed from 2024 to 25. Get a quick look at Z-Smith and Almond trying to squeeze up. They find Vision, Rocket's balls fall, and Almond's going to return some fire as well onto FaZe. Flank, clumsy, tucked inside. Smith's going to round the corner, flying and wipes FaZe off the damn map. Beautiful work, but 9Z are here to fight this as well. They're just above, considering dropping in. I love the decision for Twisted Minds here. No one's going to expect this. They back off, find a different route, and maybe play up for the rooftop to then sit over everyone's they scramble below.
Yeah, I think you need to go for the wide wrap here if you are Twisted Minds, maybe down into control. We can see goodbye 60 Hertz. It's going to be the first one to drive down into this tunnel. Unfortunately, though, CT Gaming, they are just on the other side of this. They are going to try and build a wall, make sure that you can try and hold it on in. You see the trades come on through. Resolve, he's going to try and go ahead and clean it on up, and he's going to be able to. So good trades there, but you lose some players in the process. And for 9C, they had the high ground, they had the opportunity, but it looks like Movistar Koi, they are going to cut you down on the rotation. We lost Twisted Minds in the process. Blink of an eye, Enigma. We are down to the final 2.
Yeah, it's going to be a 3v3 then between not 9Z, sorry. It's going to be a 3v3 between Movistar and, of course, VKA, the team that shouldn't be here. One's high, one's low, and they're in big trouble.
2v2, let's go ahead. You're pushing on forward. Vidani down below. He's trying to do his best to get the shots on in, but the rest of your teammates is just getting cleaned on up. Kazu, he's good for 1. He turns on the Nenods, but look who's there. It's Vidani, and it's Volcom. He's the last alive. The res, it's coming on out, but can you manage to bring them on down? You can't find them. Finally, Kazu gets caught on down. Vidani is the last 1v1. Volcom can't do it. VKA, they shouldn't have been here. It's a last-second invite, and, well, they prove everybody wrong that says, listen, we may not have qualified, but we deserve a spot in this lobby.
Yeah, showing that they belong here in map 2. Seen plenty of kills in the feed